ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests. It's an absolute pleasure to be hosting you for the launch of the Africa platform. In Africa, we have an old saying. It's called the Lechotla. In the Lechotla, everyone enters and is an equal, and everybody can speak to the chief and ask questions, feel at home, and feel comfortable. For us today, in many ways, this is an African Lechotla. But it's a lot more than that. This program is the culmination of an effort that began at the Clinton Global Initiative, where a commitment was made to launch a pan-African platform that showcases African entrepreneurs and connects the US to Africa. But there's so much more going on here. The purpose of this program was to debunk several stereotypes. The first stereotype was that there are no great ideas and innovations coming out of Africa. And that stereotype was not just for the outside world, but it was for Africans themselves to find role models and examples of entrepreneurs that are doing great things and are scaling beyond their borders. In addition, it was also to address the US market with tangible examples of people that are doing remarkable things. So debunking of stereotypes is an important part of what this evening is about. The other issue is that we have entrepreneurs from various backgrounds, an eclectic mix. We have a group from East Africa, from West Africa, from South Africa. We have black entrepreneurs and white entrepreneurs. We have people from mining, fast-moving consumer goods, and IT. It's a mix. But there's a common theme running through each of these entrepreneurs, and that common thing is on the following principles. Number one, we believe that each of these entrepreneurs have the ability to scale their businesses. They're in that stage of their growth in which there's potential to move not just from Africa into other markets, but offshore. So you will see that common theme through all of them, that they have a product that applies to you, and that there's potentials for either a partnership, for investment, or for services. And each of them are along that spectrum. The next issue that you'll notice is that this is about market access. This is not about Africans believing that you're good enough to move from Johannesburg to Durban or from Accra to Lagos. This is about finding those entrepreneurs that have the vision and ability and the early seeds to really move into international markets. And the common theme again is that be there American entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs from Africa, Africa is the common market or focus. Job creation is the third element. Each of these entrepreneurs are at a stage in which, as they scale their businesses, job creation will become an important part of it. The last thing is that beyond scale, market access, and job creation, the big issue is one of relevance. And relevance is a really important word in this entire spectrum, because each of these businesses has something special. They're not just businesses. They're linked to the environment, they're linked to their communities, they're making an impact in Africa. And these entrepreneurs will talk more about that. The format is pretty unique. It's based on the First Tuesday format. This is not an accident. An idea first conceived by Peter Kellner, one of the co-founders of Endeavor, and I'm proud to see an ex-co member of Sacca, who is sitting right in front. Peter first brainstormed this idea of this is what's missing in the New York landscape, a First Tuesday for Africa. And this was the genesis of an idea that has taken off. The format is unique, and I'm going to speed along in the spirit of First Tuesday. It is a burst of ideas from keynote speakers who are the anchors, who symbolize the pioneers who have done it, linked to those who are up and coming. Short bursts from entrepreneurs and pioneers so that the discussion post this can take place on the floor. So it's a deluge of ideas, again addressing the stereotypes. That's the essence of what First Tuesday is about. The South African Chamber of Commerce is an organization that's committed to strengthening transatlantic ties. We feel very privileged to be hosting the Africa platform. It's a pan-African effort. It's for people from across the continent. It's not just for Africans. It's fundamentally linked to Americans. And so we will also have entrepreneurs like Selina Cuff, who epitomize to us what the relationship can be between the two countries. Downstairs in the main dining hall is a picture of John F. Kennedy. And it was John F. Kennedy who said that and I paraphrase, some see things and ask why. I would like to say that the Africa platform and the people here see things and ask why not. And so when we look at Africa, we ask ourselves, what does an African child think when he or she says, this is what I want to be when I grow up? How many of them say, I'm going to be Bill Gates, I want to be an entrepreneur? I think fewer than we want. And what's missing are role models, people who they can look to and say, they're doing it. And to the Americans, examples of people we can show that are actual examples for you to look at. So this is a practical program. It's about tangible examples.